Hello everyone, TI Freak here, coming back here to the 1.8 Cemetech Minecraft server. Today I'd like to show off the build by my friend Marudok because he sadly won't have time to document anything that he's done. This here is an Egyptian style build. He's really big into that kind of stuff, and I'll show you more into that later. But he built everything here out of sandstone after spending a great deal of time going out and collecting everything. He had a friend of ours build a nice big garden area, so to speak. Not entirely sure how one gets back up here anymore. We used to have it opened up on one of these edges here, but yeah. Oh, I guess it's still open here. But he spent, gosh, I don't even remember it. It was a couple weeks working on this. Down here is his entrance area, obviously. I'm not really sure if the sandstone and stone bricks go well together, but hey, you know, it's his design. I'm sure he'll mock me for that. We go down the stairs. He hand dug all of this out. Really, really dark. At one point, I think he was going to set this up to where he could dump items down a chute, be picked up by hoppers down below and dumped into an item sorter. I don't think anything ever actually came of that, but it is set up to actually do that. He utilized a video that showed how to create this very large scale smelting operation utilizing minecars with chests and tons of redstone. It took him a few days to get that all situated properly. Apparently with Townie there's an issue that if you go into somebody else's space you can't utilize pistons, and certain redstone circuitry just won't work. Going down further to the item sorter. He spent a great deal of time breeding and killing sheep, or not sheep, cows. Get my words here straight. And basically set this up to be able to organize pretty much everything. A little slime. This here is cobble, his stone, and the stone brick is a tower of chests and hoppers going quite a ways up. I mean, anybody that knows, gain quite a bit of cobble when you go out mining, which we spent a great deal of time doing. And this is the item chute, basically. Pushes it up, drops the items down, pushes it up through the system into the glass there. And the weird bug that 1.8 introduced, you could force items to go straight up. Oops. You saw nothing. Anyway, the items will go straight up the chute through the glass, which it has to be solid glass all the way across, making a T shape, and it forces it up, and the hoppers up way up there will catch it, which you saw earlier. And yeah, that's basically it for this base. Pending I can find his switch. There we go. And the second part of his build was actually very far away from here. Continuing on with his whole Egyptian theme. And out of all honesty, I mean, you could look at it and sit here and say, wow, that looks really cool. But when you set it to nighttime, it takes on a whole other fabulous look, I think, anyway. It created a nice tunnel. Love the support beams there. Got two giant obelisks. I think he died a couple times building the first one, and then he just flooded everything with water on the second, so he wouldn't have that issue anymore. A little bit of a gardening area here. Oh, he had initially planned to build some palm trees. Sadly, real life got in the way, and his job's taken over a lot of his playtime that he'd have. I honestly do not recall what he had planned for the inside of here. Probably more glyphs and such. Altars, rooms. This project here was left unfinished because of the job that he took on. And this is where he stored a lot of his materials that he used to build this one and yet another project. To be honest, I hadn't even seen these. These are kind of cool. Going up, get a better look at the overall top of the pyramid. Check out the floor below that we was just looking upwards to. And a little bit of a balcony. With a gold crown on top. Somewhere close by, he has a really cool looking lighthouse based on similar Egyptian looking designs, using the ton of redstone, or the sandstone that he had cobbled up from this project and others. Quick look around. I am going in the right direction. You can see how massive this thing is. He had a few deaths on this project as well. I believe at one point he was wanting to put a bridge of some kind across. I'm not really sure from which direction. Probably from this spanning over to that area over there. Again, was unable to complete the project. Standing on the ground, you can get a kind of a scope of how large this thing is. I honestly cannot remember how much time he put into it. I'd say it was close to a month, but it might have been a bit less. Everybody loves them spiral stairs. I apologize for the clearing of the throat. It seems the sinuses are kicking in with the changes in temperature going up and down continuously. It's quite a bother. But and closing in on the top floor. I think we'll cheat a little bit. What do you think? And there we go. very top. Nice big torch. Light the way for any wayward travelers out there in the water. And from here you can get yourself a pretty good look at the temple that he made. Looks rather cool from this distance. Something I didn't show off earlier. Should have. There's another mini temple. Oh, no, this was a desert temple that he had saved or rebuilt. Needless to say, the server didn't go out and explore too much in terms of looking for desert temples. We used an amplified map, and a lot of them were hidden, so one day we decided, a few of us, to spend time going around and seeing if we could find some, and I think we ended up finding 4 total. Yeah, this looks like this would have been the area that he would have led from one area to the next. Would have made a nice looking tunnel. But anyway, that's it for this video, and stay tuned for another one.